Do you, can I just, usually, it's 4:00. I'd like to welcome you all, and as usual, thank you for attending. The thing, it's the whole thing about town government. People attend, but a lot of times there are many boards and commissions that have meetings and nobody attends. And I think it's pretty sad. Anyway, that's my editorial for tonight. Gentlemen, I would like to approve the minutes of the March 18th regular Board of Selectmen's meeting, please.
So moved.
Do I hear a sec? I don't have to have a second. Right, Christine? All right. Okay. Okay, we're in agreement. I would like to consider the appointment of Frank Ola as a full member of the Economic Development Commission, and the term would be from today until December 31st of 2023. Is Frank with us?
No.
Okay, Frank's not with us, but that's okay. And everybody knows him. Nice guy, again, stepping up to serve his community. He did submit an application, which I appreciated. I'm not going to go through it. Anyway, I will send him a note of welcome. So do I hear would anybody care to move on that
I will.
consideration?
I will.
Okay, so I hear, we don't need a second. All in agreement?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, unanimous. Thank you. Consider the appointment of Barry Shedd as interim treasurer for the town effective today through November 2nd, 2021.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I
Okay.
abstain.
Okay,
I
thank you.
abstain. Yep.
No, you only abstain once, so we have 2 in favor, 1 abstention. Frank, I want to welcome you. I understand that you're with us. I just mentioned that you had applied and submitted an application to serve on the economic development. I didn't go through the application because we all know you, but I wanted to welcome you and to thank you, and your appointment was unanimous.
Oh, thank you.
Okay,
How you doing, Frank?
Well, how are you guys?
Doing well, thanks.
That's good.
Hello, Mr. Ola.
Mr. Klein, I didn't realize we were gonna be that formal.
What's cooking?
Not much here in North Carolina, but I'm all set.
Rub it in.
Still going
We're gonna-
south to
we will
Florida.
move on, but Frank, seriously, what's the temperature right now where you are?
Actually, it's a cool 54.
Oh, well, listen, put on a sweatshirt, you'll be okay.
Yeah, and it's gonna go to I don't want to tell you this, 77 tomorrow. Haha.
There you go.
Well,
And
that's because
sunny.
you're there, we're here. Clean living on your part.
Well, it was a choice of moving, driving south, road trip.
I love road trips,
Oh, yeah.
but you didn't call me. But
Nope.
it's too late. Feelings are hurt.
Okay, well, you know what?
Anyway.
Get over it.
Okay, listen, I got to get
Thanks.
back to this.
Yes,
Anyway, thank you again.
you're very
Um,
welcome and I appreciate it.
Okay, gentlemen, Greg and Chan, on number 5, I want your approval to go out to bid for aggregate catch basin cleaning, equipment rental, and guardrail installation. And as you
Okay.
know, this is an annual thing. So
moved.
moved. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, unanimous. Thank you.
Do we need any more details on that? Or is that just
No.
something very, very uniform throughout from year to year?
Yes, it's basically, and we will get the bid. John has a bid process he goes through
Yep.
and he sends it out and we will have the bids back. I remember opening them last year. It's usually the same individual companies that reply to the,
Yeah,
You know.
all right. I remember that. We opened the bid.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
right.
John does advertise all of these things, Greg. And I believe it also gets put in a listing which goes for municipalities, which opens up to a broader audience.
Good. Okay. Thanks, Chan.
By the same token, I don't, and Chan, you know more about this. Am I correct that this usually is the same individuals that bid every year, and it's usually the same companies that are chosen?
I'm sorry, I got a cheering crew in the background here.
I heard that. I was trying to figure out which one is it with the dog. Anyway, am I correct that it's the same responsive companies each year? And it's usually, we choose the same responsive people each year?
Yes, it's almost always the same.
Okay.
The only thing that changes is equipment rentals. That would
Okay.
change from year to year because sometimes you get a few new ones and some people drop out, so.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Number 6, I'm asking if we could approve, or I'm sorry, consider adopting a resolution designating month of April as Fair Housing Month. And I'll just read this briefly. National Fair Housing Month celebrates the passage of the Fair Housing Act in April of 1968, a national law that prohibits discrimination in the sale, rental, financing of housing based on race, color, national origin, religion, and gender. The act was later amended to include protections for people with disabilities and families with children. It reminds us that the principle of fair housing is not only state and national law, but a fundamental human concept and entitlement for all people. As a community, we welcome that all good neighbors recognize the contributions and richness tendered by a wide variety of people from diverse backgrounds, colors, ethnicities, and religious traditions. So I would ask you to consider adopting that. We have, and this is something annual. I don't know if you can see, well, you can see this. Basically, this is the resolution. It's signed by me and dated, and it'll be posted out on the bulletin board in the hallway.
Make a motion that the Board of Selectmen adopts the resolution designating the month of April as Fair Housing Month.
Okay, in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Okay, I also. Okay, I'd like to announce and to set, gentlemen, with your permission, a special Board of Selectmen's meeting to discuss and approve the fiscal year 2022 budget adjustments to comply with Prop 46. And that special meeting would be on April 8th, 2021 at 4 p.m. via Zoom.
You looking for a motion? Motion to
Well,
approve?
no, we have to set it. So if you, I would just ask if you are in agreement, so indicate.
Yes.
Good, okay.
That meeting date works for me, but I've got a question.
Yeah.
Are we adjusting because of the constraints of Prop 46 or by direction of the Board of Finance?
Prop 46. What it is the, we have not heard from the Board of Finance yet on adjustments that we have to make. So what's going to happen is we took the budget that was, not the budget, but the proposed budget that was set, and basically Karen went through and determined through Prop 46 what the numbers would be. So we would discuss and approve at that point. After that, it may come to pass that the Board of Finance will come back to us and give us their input. So there may be other meetings down the road.
Okay. Thanks.
This is only for us to discuss and approve how the budget ties in with Prop 46 currently as of April 8th. So are you both in agreement with that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, all right, and I also, thank you. Okay, we have one tax rebate. It's been a while since we've had any. This is for a vehicle sold in November 2019, and it's to Evelyn Singleton, and it's the amount of $245.10.
So moved.
Agreed?
Yes.
Okay, I also. I have no correspondence. Under announcements, Karen Fitzpatrick resigned as treasurer in a letter to the town clerk. That was effective today. She has been appointed to the newly created finance director position, which we've had a lot of discussion at previous meetings about. Also, Nora Valentine has interviewed and had applied for, has been interviewed, and will be appointed as a part-time assistant to the tax collector. This will be effective next week on April 6th. Nora she will be resigning as registrar. She has worked for many months in the tax collector's office. What the issue was is that things got really busy. She stepped up to assist. The assistant tax collector resigned in late December. And since that time, Nora has been helping out, working closely with Linda, being trained on the job, again, interviewed, appointed, and whatever. So she will be taking that position on April 6th. That's about it for announcements. This just in. Oh, sorry. There was a resolution that I do not have it in front of me, but there was a resolution that was discussed at a Board of Selectmen's meeting previously, which all three of us over the last 2 days signed as selectmen. And this is to remove the position of treasurer from the MERS state-sponsored retirement system. And that was signed, the last two of us, Greg and I signed it today. So that has been signed also. That is done. We are, announcements, what the heck? We're in the process of negotiating a new contract with the AFSCME folks. That's been going on, it's continuing. We also are hoping to resolve that and have a contract that we're all in agreement with. As far as the Teamsters, their contract ran out, both AFSCME folks and Teamsters, they ran out last year in July 1. And because of COVID and every other thing that we were dealing with, we did a memo of understanding, which was good for a year. We're trying to resolve that because it's not fair to the unions to continue to go year to year on a memo of understanding. So we're finishing up negotiations with AFSCME, and we will be signing a 1-year extension and continuation of the memo of understanding, and that will be coming about. I think that's it. That's all I have, to my knowledge. Public comments? No? Okay. Do you have anybody on phone?
No.
All right, nobody on phone. Do you have any emails? All right, no chat, no emails. My kind of meeting. I mean, okay. Other from committee, gentlemen.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Question.
Yes, sir. Right.
What retirement provisions now would Karen Fitzpatrick have?
She's continuing in the MERS program, which she has been in since she became a town employee.
Okay.
Now, that finance director position would continue in the MERS program. So let's say 3 years from now, she leaves, we hire somebody else, they would have that option. I know that some companies are now going to, they offer retirement, but then they also say, if you want to go 401k or whatever. So some companies are offering options, but we will continue in it. My intention right now, or I suspect, if you will, that the finance director would continue in that program. Ken, you had something?
Nope.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So nothing else from the committee? You know, Christine's about ready to stand up and cheer. I can sense it because at 4:12 p.m., could I hear a motion to adjourn?
This reminds me of the Alan Walker meetings. So we had some 10 and 12-minute meetings quite often.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm doing the best I can, man. What can I tell you?
it's a holiday weekend coming, so I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay. All in agreement?
Aye.
I also. Listen, all of you, thank you for coming. Have a nice holiday weekend. Hope you're spending it with your families. Again, we're not out of this situation yet, so just be safe, okay?
Do you,
And,
do you want to, excuse me, do you want to announce that the town, or remind people the town hall is closed on Monday?
I will announce that. Thanks. The town hall is closed on Monday, and that's a contractual situation. So yeah, there's a sign on the door, and I believe it's also on the website and the Facebook page. But yeah, thanks for mentioning that. In fact, Greg, I completely forgot until I happened to look at my calendar this morning. And then it was like, oh yeah, we're closed Monday, so.
Yeah, well, have a nice long weekend.
Okay,
I wanna
thank
say-
you.
I want to say something in a minute, okay?
Yes, absolutely.
There was some concern about people going around town inspecting buildings, and I saw it on Facebook. And so does there need to be more announcement in the community so people be aware of that?
Well, yeah, Diane, I also saw that and I was kind of upset. As you know from looking at it, and it bothered me, is one person raised concern and then everybody kind of piled on to have an opinion. But I mentioned it to Emily. We had also contracted with a company to do reevaluation, which we do every 5 years. And we have been fielding calls. The first day that happened, there were a lot of calls that came into the first selectman's office, and Crystal and Brenda were dealing with them. They were referring people to Emily, and Emily answered a number of calls. That seems to have died down. And I know that there have been things on your screen. Can you see the right? Oh, she's not. All right, Crystal is sharing right now. This is something that just came up, or she will be sharing it. It's an announcement that we put on our Facebook page and our town website, basically announcing who these people are, a description of their car, that sort of thing. I know that people are going out. They also on their on the doors have signs that say Assessor's Office, Woodstock, and they have photo IDs, and this sort of thing. So yeah, Diane, you're concerned. We did a lot of advertising beforehand, but apparently not enough, because I did see the concern. Some I think were overreacted. Some I think were honest concerns. So, and it's on our town website. It's on the Facebook page. How about advertising in newspapers, Villager, you know?
I'm not sure if she did or not.
I understand that, and I reviewed it too, but I didn't know if the general public even went to the webpage to see that there was a update in February and then another update for March, or what exactly they're doing.
I don't know. In fact, if I don't see, I'm not allowed to post on Facebook, but some of the people I would like to ask, what could we do? Why don't you know? I don't know. I mean, I'm concerned, and I'm glad you brought it up. I'm just not sure what we can do to get the word out there.
Jay,
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm confusing this, but there was a letter from the assessor's office that said, that asked us to provide them with input as far as improvements to our properties over the last 5 years.
I
And
got that.
right, and I was on somewhere I saw where if you don't return this letter, either saying no improvements or I did this, this, and this, or whatever, that they're gonna come and visit you. They probably won't come if you send the paper back in. And maybe that could have prompted some of these comments that people didn't see the letter in the first place.
No,
Yeah.
I think, Greg, what some of the comments actually said is people, and I don't have them in front of me, but just from memory, they said that they received this letter and it was nobody's business and they weren't going to fill anything out and mail it back to an out-of-state address. Well, it's Hudson, Mass, which frankly is not that far out of state. And there was kind of an attitude there. And it did say that, yeah, if you didn't, I sent it back. And, so I don't think I'm going to get anybody visiting.
Right.
On your screens, if you can look at the top 3 paragraphs, which I hope you can read because I can't.
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay,
But it
Begins
said
with,
exterior inspections would be made anyway, even if you send your letter back.
okay. And I think that's a Connecticut law. Okay, Connecticut law. And I think they just, I was thinking they measure, and I may be wrong.
Yeah, they visit the property, they note building
there's
size.
50% of them every 5 years.
Yes. And Greg, seriously, I'll mention it now. I am less than pleased with that 50% because I don't think it's an honest reflection of the town. So I'm in the process of making plans that perhaps 5 years from now, we'll be looking at another company, not a regionally hired company, because there are a number of towns that have gone off on their own or have gone off with other towns to share the expense, but they're getting greater than 50% response, which I would like. I don't see 50 as being a true representation of the town of Woodstock. Anyway, that's my spiel.
Okay.
But Diane, I think, we're still going to be getting calls next week. I can't tell you how long these folks are going to be here. I know they meet here in the morning because I usually when I'm coming in, they're on their way out. And then they meet back to do paperwork at whatever they do. I don't know how long you're going to be here, but I don't believe there were any calls today. I think all the calls were Monday. Is that true? Yeah, all the calls that we got were Monday. And I think there were very few on Tuesday when Emily was here in the office, Tuesday and Wednesday. And we haven't had any today, so. And I do feel sorry. In fact, one other thing that's kind of a tie-in to this, if you will, is in talking with Judy Wahlberg a couple of weeks ago, we had a discussion because in order to go door to door, like full of brush and that sort of thing, you have to get a permit from the town. And there was a company that inquired of Judy, and she called me, and I said, given the COVID situation, we're still not out of the woods. So I said, for now, those are all suspended. So she wrote an email back and copied me to a company that was seeking to get permits for their staff to be going door to door. I think it was for solar panels or something. So. No, we're just talking here. We're thinking, Crystal thinks that Emily may have put something in the Woodstock Villager, but I don't know. I also don't know about the shopper's guide because I mean, we get it, but I don't really read it. So. Yes.
Might
Go
you
ahead.
consider adding with Gary O just to calm people down?
That's a good idea. The other thing too is, I know this is a regional thing, so I'm wondering if other towns are being done at the same time.
Then yeah. So get the other abutters together, and because Gary's just so good about that.
He is with the community. Oh, absolutely. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Yes, Mike.
Yeah, that was actually mentioned in both the papers that you just mentioned. I remember seeing it myself.
Shopper's Guide and Villager?
And the Villager, that's correct.
Okay,
It was notified, and I mean, it's a statute, it's required every
Yeah.
5 years by state statute that a minimum of 50% is surveyed for a mill increase or whatever you're going to use it as a base for.
Okay.
That's state statute. It used to be 10 years.
Yeah.
And I don't remember when they changed it. It was probably 15 to 20 years ago, and now it's 5 years.
all right. All right, and Don, your point's very well taken. I'll give Gary a call. Thank you. Okay, any other questions, comments, or? No? Okay, again, we've adjourned. Again, thank you. Have a good holiday weekend, hopefully with your families, and stay safe.
Thank you.
Take care.